First and foremost, I'm going to give all praises, honor, and glory to Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahweh Shai, Bahashem, Rakakwadash. Double honor to the apostles and elders of Great Millstone who teach and rule well. Peace and blessings to the hopeful elect of Israel, Shalom. We're going to start off in the book of Luke, chapter 21, starting at verse 33. Heaven and earth shall pass away, but my words shall not pass away. And take heed to yourselves, lest at any time your hearts be overcharged with suffering and drunkenness and cares of this life, and so that day come upon you unawares. This is why we're supposed to be watching for prophecy, because Yahweh Shai, he is the spirit of prophecy. So let's jump to the book of 1 Thessalonians, chapter 5, starting at verse 2. For yourselves know perfectly that the day of the Lord so cometh as a thief in the night. For when they shall say peace and safety, then sudden destruction cometh upon them, as travail upon a woman with child, and they shall not escape. Ye are all the children of light, and the children of the day. We are not of the night, nor of darkness. Therefore let us not sleep as do others, but let us watch and be sober. For they that sleep, sleep in the night, and they that be drunken are drunken in the night. But let us who are of the day be sober, putting on the breastplate of faith and love, and for an helmet and hope of salvation. So we're not supposed to be sleeping and chilling. As it tells you in the book of Matthew, chapter 24, as in the days of Noah, they were drinking and marrying, man. They were chilling. So shall the coming of the Son of Man be. You see? So let's jump back to Luke 21. Luke 21, and we're going to start off at 35. For as a snare shall it come on all them that dwell on the face of the whole earth. Now, why is that day going to be a snare to the majority of the people? Because they're not occupied. See, they're not watching. They're too occupied in the cares of this world. Verse 36, watch ye therefore, and pray always, that ye may be accounted worthy to escape all things that shall come to pass, and to stand before the Son of Man. Right, and this is what we hope for. We want salvation. We want to stand before Yahweh Shai and receive that crown. There's absolutely nothing in this world that can compare to that. The world passeth away and the lust thereof. So let's get the book of Matthew, chapter 24, starting at verse 42. Watch, therefore, for ye know not what hour your Lord doth come. Verse 43. But know this, if the good man of the house had known in what would watch the thief would come, he would have watched and would not have suffered his house to be broken up. Right, because he's watching. Right, let's get the book of Ephesians. Ephesians chapter 5 and verse 15. See then that ye walk circumspectly, not as fools, but as wise, redeeming the time, because the days are evil. Right. We're supposed to be redeeming the time. And the days are going to get worse and worse, and much more evil is coming. Jacob's trouble is right around the corner, man. And let's precept this. This is the book of 2nd Esdras, chapter 14, starting at verse 14. Let go from thee mortal thoughts, cast away the burdens of man, put off now the weak nature, and set aside the thoughts that are most heavy unto thee, and haste thee to flee from these times. For yet greater evils then those which thou hast happened shall be done hereafter, right? Verse 17. For look how much the world shall be weaker through age, so much the more evil, Salakia, so much the more shall evils in upon them that dwell therein. Right, because we're coming into a time like never before. Jacob's trouble is going to be the worst time in human history. And that's going to be a very evil time, man. That's why we want to what? Watch and abide under the shadow of the Almighty. Psalms 91:1. Okay? Let's get the book of Proverbs. Let's get the book of Proverbs, chapter 22, and verse 3. A prudent man foreseeth the evil and hideth himself, but the simple pass on and are punished. Right? A prudent man foreseeth the evil and hideth himself. Why? Because he's watching. If he wasn't watching, he would be punished. As it tells you, the simple pass on and are punished. Why? Because they're not watching. So let's jump back to the book of Matthew, chapter 24. Matthew 24 and 44. This is the book of Matthew, chapter 24 and verse 44. Therefore, be ye also ready, for in such an hour as ye think not, the Son of Man cometh. Who then is a faithful and wise servant, whom his Lord doth make ruler over all his household, to give them meat in due season? Blessed is that servant whom the Lord, when he cometh, shall find so doing. Verily I say unto you that he shall make him ruler over all his goods, and this is what we want. But and if that evil servant shall say in his heart, my Lord delayeth his coming, and shall begin to smite his fellow servants, and to eat and drink with the drunken, the Lord of that servant shall come in a day when he looketh not for him, and in an hour where he is not aware of. You see, this is why we're supposed to be constantly watching for prophecy. Verse 51, and shall cut him asunder, and appoint him his portion with the hypocrites. There shall be weeping and gnashing of teeth. Right, and we can precept this to Ecclesiasticus chapter 2 and verse 14. Ecclesiasticus chapter 2 and verse 14. Woe unto you that have lost patience, and what will ye do when the Lord shall visit you? Right, because you went back in the world and you thought things were sweet. Right, this is why we're supposed to be constantly watching for prophecy. You see? Let's get Ecclesiasticus chapter 39 and 1. But he that giveth his mind to the law of the Most High is occupied in the meditation thereof, will seek out the wisdom of all the ancient, and be occupied in prophecies. You see that? So we're supposed to be occupied in the prophecies, watching for the prophecies daily. Let's get the book of 2nd Esdras chapter 9, starting at verse 1. He answered me then and said, measure thou the time diligently in itself. How do you measure the time diligently? By watching. And when thou seest part of the signs past, which I have told thee before, then shalt thou understand that it is the very same time wherein the highest will begin to visit the earth, the world which he made. Verse 3. Therefore, when there shall be seen earthquakes and uproars of the people in the world. Right, and this is exactly what Yahushua said in Matthew the 24th chapter. Verse 4. Then shalt thou well understand that the Most High spake of those things from the days that were before thee, even from the beginning. Verse 5. For like as all is made in the world hath a beginning and an end, and the end is manifest. And, we can see that the end is manifest now. We can see the prophecies clear as day. And let's end it off on Yahweh Shai's words. Let's get the book of Revelation, chapter 16, starting at verse 15. Behold, I come as a thief. You see, I come as a thief. Blessed is he that watcheth and keepeth his garments, lest he walk naked, and they see his shame. You see, so we're supposed to be watching. These prophecies are gonna come as a thief. Though it tarry, it will surely come. You see? And let's end it off on Yahushai's words. This is the book of Revelation, chapter 2, and starting at verse 25. But that which ye have already, hold fast till I come. And he that overcometh and keepeth my works unto the end, to him will I give power over the nations. As Yahushai said, he that endureth unto the end, the same shall be saved. So we have to endure and keep the works, because faith without works is dead. You see, and we want power over the nations. We want to rule with Yahweh Shai. As it tells you in Romans, the 8th chapter, we're going to be joint heirs with Yahweh Shai. Lord willing, verse 27, and he shall rule them with a rod of iron. As the vessels of a potter shall they be broken to shivers, even as I received of my Father, and I will give him the morning star. And this is what we want to do, man. We want to be in rulership with Yahweh Shai, man. We want to rule the nations, man, in righteousness. So in closing, I want to give all praises, honor, and glory to Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahweh Shai, Bahashem, Rakakodash. Double honor to the apostles and elders, a great millstone who teach and rule well. Peace and blessings to the hopeful elect. Shalom.